Alright, what is up guys? I am back from my American trip. I went to LA. If you guys haven't seen any of my previous videos, I talk about that. I was talking about how I was going to leave, and that is why I haven't done videos for over 3 weeks. So, as I said before I left, I'm going to do some videos when I came back, and they're going to be awesome videos, and this is one of them. I originally said it was going to be a Blu Ray hunting video, but because of the lack of deals over in America, the place I went as Best Buy and Target, I didn't get a lot of actually great Blu Ray hunting video parts, so I didn't end up doing a proper vlog. So here's a little bit of a snippet of just inside Best Buy and Walmart. So as you saw quickly, it's just some of the deals they had. I was never really blown away by anything, and it kind of brought me back a little bit. Was the American Blu-rays are a bit thinner, so I didn't want to buy a hell of a lot. But so I kind of gave up. The last day came along, and bang, Best Buy put up the Steelbook deals. Just phenomenal deals, absolutely phenomenal Blu-ray deals, and I couldn't say no. Immediately picked up, I think, 13 Steelbooks on the last day I was going, so I was very lucky. So this has ended up being a Blu Ray update video. The Blu-rays to my right, you can't see, that's why I look in there. I'm going to go through them one by one and just show you some of the stuff I got over there. I don't think I'll get much, or probably nothing in the next coming weeks of November, so I'm just putting out the November update in the middle of November just to get a video out, as well as I got my LA vlog coming out. I'm still in the process of editing, as well as a cinema experience, going to see Thor in American theaters, as well as I'm going to do a special video that I wasn't planning to do, to some of the movie memorabilia that I picked up in America. There's a lot of cool stuff from Warner Brothers and Disneyland and Universal Studios that I picked up that I'd like to show you guys and share with you guys, that aren't necessarily movies themselves, but just stuff based off movies. So we'll show you guys, as well as some reviews coming out soon, so get ready for that. But enough talking. I'm going to show you what I got over in America. Alright, so the first two actually aren't Blu-rays, they are Steelbooks. They are Blu-rays, they're not Steelbooks, and they're just two quick ones I picked up for like $5 each. Date Night and Trainwreck. Date Night, I didn't love, didn't hate. This kind of movie's just there, but I'm a huge Steve Carell fan, so I picked it up. And the opposite can be said for Trainwreck. I really enjoyed this movie, but I hate Amy Schumer. So kind of polar opposites when it comes to these two movies, but just some comedies picked up. And as I said, Steelbook deals were phenomenal, so let's go through them. Batman Begins. Easily my least favourite of the Nolan Batman trilogy, but this is such a dope Steelbook. I don't know how much detail I'll be able to get in the video, but a very nice bronzish colour on the front with some cool back art as well. Picked this one up. I already have it in a 3-pack that I bought, a Dark Knight Trilogy 3-pack when I was very early on in buying Blu-rays, like my first 10 Blu-rays, and I've always wanted to get a cool copy of the single Dark Knight trilogies, and great, happy to have one. Moving on to the next of the trilogy, and that is Dark Knight. This Steelbook is very cool. Obviously you have the flames in the Batman signal with Batman on the front. Pretty basic art, nothing too flash, but the Joker on the back is phenomenal, looks really cool. The colouring, all the artwork's really dope in this Steelbook, and again, I'm happy to have a better copy of the Dark Knight trilogy, such a great trilogy. Unfortunately, couldn't find the Dark Knight Rises. Initially, I saw a section, which I'll show you guys right now, actually. So yeah, as you guys saw, there was a section, and it was, about this long, about that long. Nothing too horrendous, size-wise, and I was like, oh, there's some really cool names that aren't here, like, the Wolfman out of stock, Dark Knight Rises out of stock, and I was like, shit, wonder if there's any more. So I asked the guys, like, hey, is there any ones in the back or anything? He's like, no, but there's another section. Showed me another section about the same size where I picked up, I think, 6 of the 7, so I split them basically as half as I can with some cool sections, so that was cool. One thing I hated about American Blu-ray hunting is they don't separate the Blu-rays and DVDs. Really annoying process. In Australia, you have a Blu-ray section, you have a DVD section. Kind of annoying. And so they like the movies together. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. So very annoying. This next one is Dracula, the original Dracula. Very cool basic art. It had a cool sleeve at the top that said Dracula, blah, blah, blah. But very cool, just basic art on the front, no name. Something kind of can get annoying at my stages when they don't have the title imprinted in some font on the front, but this one doesn't have it actually on the back. Very basic, but very cool, as well as a nice scene. So, moving on, this one was a lot of fun. This movie is a lot of fun to get, and it's actually one of my Steelbooks. Kind of a guilty pleasure, a Steelbook, but it's such a cool artwork on this bad boy. That's Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, obviously. Just that artwork there is phenomenal. The colouring is just beautiful. The back art as well is just a lot of fun. This is one of my favourite Christmas movies of all time, and just a phenomenal Steelbook. Just such a beautiful Steelbook for such a movie that doesn't necessarily pop as a classic, maybe a Christmas classic, but definitely something cool. I unfortunately could get a second one. I don't think they had the second one in Best Buy, at least I don't know. I haven't been looking yet for the next one. We're moving on to a very similar pattern, and that is The Invisible Man. This basically has a similar art style to Dracula in the States, that it has no art, no name on the top, but just pure art on the front. Beautiful artwork, by the way. Just beautiful, beautiful scene there. There's another word for scene that I can't think of at the moment. It's really annoying me. But again, beautiful, just black name, cool. I assume they have that for a lot of maybe the older original horror stuff like Wolfman, Invisible Man, Dracula, stuff like that. It's all have that same look. Next two are sequels. I do own these movies, but I couldn't resist these. Steelbooks are dope, and that is Kill Bill. This is a very sexy Steelbook. I've actually put it the wrong way when I put it on, which is actually quite annoying. I have sleeves on every single one of my Steelbooks so they don't get damaged. But I put it on the wrong way. That should be backwards. But a little Kill Bill there, right there, but it's basically a knife in a beautiful yellow goldish colour, and the back art very basic but very work. I really like basic art when it comes to Steelbooks. The basic the better, I think. When you get a really nice colour mixed with the beautiful artwork, it just makes the perfect Steelbook, and I have a few like that behind me. And maybe one day I'll do a full Steelbook collection video. If you guys would like to see that, let me know below. I think I have over 30 now Steelbooks, which isn't fantastically crazy, but for Steelbooks, it's very nice to have that many. And of course the sequel, I think the first one actually is my favourite when it comes to the Steelbook, but it is very basic stuff, but this one's, it is still very basic, just got the list of the people, the name there, nice black colour on this one with a nice little back art, basic black and gold, bronzy, you know, colouring, her in the back, cool Steelbook. These were all just phenomenal Steelbooks. A few movies I actually have, and I own behind me, but I doubled up just because the artwork's so phenomenal. And I actually don't mind having doubles because then I don't have to actually touch the Steelbooks. It sounds kind of dodgy that I never make them, you know, never play them. But it just gave me, like the other day I was watching Psycho, spoiler ahead, I have a Psycho Steelbook I picked up, and I can just grab the normal Blu Ray and put that in and don't have to go through all the cases and stuff like that with the new one. But moving on, Kingsman. The first Kingsman movie, I don't think the second one's even out yet. This is kind of, I think, as full on as it gets. It's got a lot of people in there, but it is very basic and clean, and I do like that. The back is literally just the Kingsman logo over and over again. Nice little pattern there, but definitely a really fun, phenomenal movie, and a nice Blu-ray to have. I already have the Blu-ray. If I can compare the two behind me, they're very similar. Very, very similar, but very cool chrome Steelbook. I'll try to put this one back without ruining the video. I could have compared a few more actually, Kill Bills and whatnot, but I won't. The Martian. This is the extended edition. I think this is very similar to cover to the extended edition. And again, I'm going to start comparing now that I've reminded myself to compare different art. I think this is the Steelbook's the same art as the extended edition normal Blu-ray, but obviously being cleaner in a Blu-ray, Steelbook is always what you want to do. They're just very basic. I like this, very basic picture, nice background, nice colouring, and just the title, that's all I really like. The back is very nice, you know, sunset colours on the sand and whatnot. Very, very, very good movie. Wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did, but this movie was phenomenal. Moving on to one I spoiled, and that is Psycho. Now this cover is actually available on normal Blu-ray as well, and I actually thought I had it for a minute, and I'm back with this one as well. I gotta fucking fix those up, put these ones in backwards. But I thought I did own this cover on the Blu-ray, but I didn't, which was good because I didn't want to double up on the same one. And I can't find it. It's probably directly behind me, and I'm an idiot. Anyway, oh, there it is. Fuck. Technical difficulties, people. Both really cool covers, but obviously it still looks really cool. The colouring of this bad boy, it's very kind of new age artish stuff for such an older movie. Obviously you got the Bates house, not the motel itself, but the Bates house there with some blood dripping into the drain, beautiful colouring, and the back is very basic. Just a knife and a shower symbol with "we all got a little mad sometimes," which is a classic line from the movie. Just a beautiful, beautiful Steelbook. Can't say much more, and I've talked about the movie itself a couple times in my top 10, favourite horror movies of all time. I did that for Halloween, as well as a Psycho Rewind review. So if you want to hear me talk about the movie, I've talked about it twice, a third time now. This next one is in a movie I loved, but I can't say I really hated it or anything because it was so well done. It was a longer movie, Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant. A movie I don't think I was ever really hunting for to buy, but it's a very basic Steelbook. Very cool art, as you can see, just the basic poster cover. And it's a very nice Steelbook that I picked up very cheap, so I thought, why not? And on that, while I talk about price, these were ridiculously cheap, is why they bought them. I think I bought 2 movies for $18, 2 movies for $16, a movie for $15, and then other than that, there were $9, $10, and $11, which is crazy. If you can pick up a movie for $10 in Australia, regardless of the Steelbook or not, it's a deal. So I was very excited to get that. And we're down to the last 2 Steelbooks. This one, definitely a childhood favourite of mine, combines 2 of my loves, movies and basketball, and that is Space Jam. This obviously is a very crowded artwork, which I don't necessarily love all the time, but I think it here works. Very nice logo there, Mike on the front. Most of the characters, the back is very basic. I like the colouring in this one, very bright, very kid uplifting, and that's exactly what you want from that Steelbook. And the last Steelbook that I've got, and that is Watchmen. This movie, I actually have only seen like once a while back. I've just, for whatever reason, not been that into this movie. Not that I have remembered it and said thought it was bad or anything. I haven't been that into this movie, but I thought This is a dope Steelbook, and I might as well get it because it was very cheap. And it's just very basic, you know, the smiley face and you know the blood pouring onto it just works so perfectly with the black and the red and the yellow works so well together. And that is it for my Steelbooks. I actually have 2 more items that I picked up in November that I will put in there, actually DVDs, which I don't really do generally, especially because it's called a Blu Ray Update. But this is On the Dole. This is a movie that is not available on Blu Ray. This is from my favourite actress, Brittany Snow. Phenomenal lady. My crush, a big reason why in the Pitch Perfects and Hairspray and stuff like that. Her. I haven't seen this one yet. I was too scared. This one looked crazy and I don't want to watch it, but I'll have to someday. And the last thing I picked up, I actually picked this up with the first lot of original Blu-rays, and that is the King of Queens complete box set. This show is very funny. Something I enjoy from time to time, just flicking on and enjoying. So when it came out, it was like $50. I was like, you know what, that's worth it. 9 seasons, I might as well go for it. The only problem I have, it was obviously a slide set, but you open it up, and just open it up like that. But then, if you guys can see, the discs are all. So I can put it there. I've covered it. They've covered up with the protective cardboard, but all the discs are together and they slide out if you take that out. So it's kind of an annoying set. I would have liked to have the single seasons all together, but for $50, I can't complain at all. It's a very nice set, very funny show, great cast, and I can't say much more about that. But that is it. That is my entire November Blu Ray update. Again, was meant to be a Blu Ray hunting video, but changed it because of the stuff I picked up. I didn't necessarily film inside Best Buy or Target or anything, so I was like, you know what? Might as well do it at home, do it here. But as I said, there's a vlog for LA coming out soon. A lot of editing going into that one. This one doesn't have much editing, as you know. Probably watching this, you probably could edit that. No, I just put it out, and you know, hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot of Steelbooks. If you guys would like to see a specific Steelbook behind me, or just my collection in general, as I said, it's about 30 movies. Let me know, and I might do that. That'll be a lot of fun. Or maybe talk about a specific Blu-ray a bit more, or movie a bit more. Let me know, give me ideas for rewind reviews and whatnot. But I've got a Thor review coming, a Daddy's Home 2 review coming. Justice League I haven't seen yet, came out yesterday, I got a couple of days. I'll see it with my friends on Monday. Very excited for that one. But that is it, guys. As I said, plenty of LA stuff coming, as well as some normal reviews, getting back into it after a 3-week hiatus, deliberately. I wasn't just lazy. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, you can press that subscribe button for more content, as well as having a good one.